God, these days, video game characters are really fucking bad. I don't even give a shit about any of them anymore. Until Far Cry 3 came out, which is fucking sad. And let's take Sheva, for example, Resident Evil 5. Anybody agrees on that this wasn't a Resident Evil 5. This shouldn't have been the Resident Evil 5 that I was waiting for. This was like a Resident Evil like mini quest or whatever, but I only actually played the game to look at her ass. I think that's the only reason anybody else bought the game, because anybody that bought the game really didn't give a shit from where she was from. And I think that Capcom made her ass a little bigger just to please the players about the whole Sheva thing. Then we got someone like Max Payne, who's just this fucking suicidal guy that Rockstar tried to make into this gloomy, badass character at the same time, but it really did not work out. They made him more gloomy than badass, which made him feel like a huge pussy at times, especially he talked to himself all day long, and I always felt that he would put a bullet through his brain anytime in the game, or just drop down and start crying and, you know, like, asking the fucking enemies why they killed his... Yeah, just play the damn game. Then we got fucking Desmond Miles, and it was just this whole thing that I don't think they should have added him in any fucking game that had Assassin's Creed slapped on the box, because it just made the game a whole lot worse. They added him as this little thing just to add time into the game. If they took him out, there would have been like hours less of the game. But that's okay with me, because I'd rather not even have him in there. And instead of working on Desmond, they could have actually worked on the Assassins a little bit more and actually stretched out the fucking story. But no, they added a thing that you don't even need in the fucking game until Assassin's Creed 3. We would actually use him for missions, but it still fucking sucks because he's not a fucking assassin. Until he has like the hidden blade or whatever, but still. Then we've got Connor. You know, I'm used to Ezio being the whole, like, you know, playboy assassin, you know, gets all the bitches every day, and now you got Connor, this guy with no personality that's probably getting head from a moose. It's just one of those things where, like, you could have worked on him a lot. You could have gave him a personality, but no, they gave him this bland character that kills. That's basically just an assassin. Like if you ever played Hitman, it's basically he's like the Hitman of the Assassin's Creed series. It's just made Assassin's Creed pretty much a waste of my money, in my opinion. Then we got fucking Tingle from Wind Waker. I'm not even gonna complain about him. Why does everybody fucking hate this guy? Look at him, he's so fucking adorable. Oh, Jesus. And then we got Navi. There's a little thing in Zelda where you press a button, go, whoop, oh, Sara needs you, go talk to that bitch. And you're just like, no, I'm fucking finding Ganondorf, just leave me alone for once. It was one of those things, like, who really gave a shit about Navi? I never even used him. He's supposed to be this whole tutorial thing, and he just tells you the same fucking thing all over again, until it just pisses you off and decides to never press the fucking button again. Even I get lost in the game and expect it to be a tutorial, but guess what? Nah. Then we got fucking Buck from Far Cry 3, and I don't think they should have kept him as a villain. I think they should have kept him as like one of these Uplay things where you download and like you could play this extra mission or whatever, but I don't understand why they had him as a villain. It was in the real game. They could at least worked on him or made the story that he was in a little longer than it's supposed to be, because it's just this thing where he's just making you go around these dangerous places to look for a fucking knife. And then at the end he loses the knife and whatever, and you know, he loses the knife to you, it's this whole story behind him, but I don't understand. He's one of those characters that they don't give a shit on his backstory, and he just fucking... Anybody else think he looks like Woods from Black Ops? Because I kind of do. I think he's modeled after him. Then we've got Johnny Gat. If anybody ever plays the Saints Row series, you don't understand why Johnny Gat did not belong in Saints Row 3. You only play with him for like 2 missions, and then he has like this epiphany in the beginning where he's like, oh, we shouldn't be giving a shit about the money, we should be giving a shit about the moral of gangitude or whatever he's talking about. I don't even give a shit anymore, because I really didn't want him to be in that story. They should have just kept him in Stillwater and had the other characters into Steelport, like Shandy and Pierce Soda, but you gotta play the game to understand. Then you got Duke Nukem from Duke Nukem Forever, and he makes these jokes that I would have found funny when I was 12 years old, but now that I'm 14, I understand. I just shake my head at all these jokes. He just doesn't give a shit about women. He's one of those 80s personas that beats their women just because they didn't make dinner for them. It's one of those people, and it fucking pisses me off. I miss the real Duke Nukem. Then we've got Angry Birds. It's like the Mario of our time, but, you know, just one of those things I really fucking suck at. I never understood the concept of Angry Birds. All I know is that these fucking pigs are, like, going after their eggs or whatever. Like, fuck, you guys are birds. Just lay new ones. You guys lay eggs like every fucking month or whatever. I don't know how to fucking birth cycle. Oh, fuck that shit. Yeah. Well, you already know. Subscribe, like, favorite this video. Put in the comments below why you think video games suck these days. And I'll probably make a video on it, on the best reason why video games suck these days. Thanks for watching.